Just leave the bottle, please.
Rough night tonight.
Come on! Jaden, do you know where you would be if I wasn't here to protect you? You would be dead like your mother. Your extended family business, it's complicated.
We are close.
Need to start paying.
Back out, old man.
I said back the... You are a dead man. The Russians, they took Jaden.
Why would they take Jaden?
It was a setup. I'm coming to save you.
A true vigilante.
You made it personal. What you saw today was just a taste. Where's the kid? Who are you? What the... Remember now? I made a promise to your mother to protect you for the rest of my life.
Watch out!
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for Darkness of Man, arriving on digital on May 21st. It's your boy Kuya. This is Nerds Rule the World. And joining me to talk all things Darkness of Man is the director, James Cullen. Oh my God, Bressack. And I think I messed it up. Is it Bressack or Bressack?
Bressack.
Bressack. James, how are you, sir? How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm wonderful, man. Sorry if I messed up your name, man. Talking to so many people sometimes.
It's okay. I've had my name messed up since I was born, so no worries. It's I'm used to it.
Well, thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to chat with you. Let's talk Darkness of Man, arriving on May 21st to digital. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I grew up on this guy. I'm an 80s baby. And I haven't seen him in a while, and you have him starring in this Darkness of Man, and I think he also was one of the producers on this with you.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the genesis of this project, where the seed of creativity came into your brain to put this all together?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on noir films and action films and movies like The Maltese Falcon, The Third Man, and loved video games like Max Payne, and I just really wanted to make a noir, like an action noir. And the best thing about noir films is they're about flawed heroes that are damaged, that are trying to hold themselves together while falling apart. And so I was like, it would be so cool to have an action star do that. And let's see who would be down. And so I reached out to JC, told him the idea. I'm like, listen, you're going to be playing your age, or you're out of shape. You can't really fight. What do you think? And he loved the idea. So that's how it kind of started.
That's awesome. I think this kind of, well, the age thing, although I don't think age should limit any of us, but I think this is right there in his lane. And I like this for him. It's a different role to see him do something in that noir type genre. So with that being said, you got him involved, but where did, so you're a fan, obviously, like you said, of noir, but the whole plot, the idea, maybe can you give me a little bit more?
Yeah.
So once this germ came in, where you kind of fed everything into?
Well, we wanted to, have it, take place in Koreatown in Los Angeles and stuff like that. So, I started working with Aletha, and, she lives in Korea, but when she lived in LA, she lived in K-Town. Her and I had become friends over the years. And so we started working together to craft this script. And, I thought we needed an anchor of this heart. So, the heart of it is really a story between a father and his surrogate son. And it's, the question, what does it mean to be a father? Is that a choice that you make, or is it just being present? And I think what we understand as the film goes on is just being present is not enough.
Very true. I like that. I like that. I had the pleasure of watching the film. Thank you to your team over there to let me screen it. There's some surprises throughout this, as well as some other stars that kind of made their appearance. Was that, I don't know, on your idea to like maybe, bring some legends to the fold, bringing, JC in there? But just some of those other little cameos. Did you have to dial up the black book real quick?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun to bring in some cameos. So we got people like, Cynthia Rothrock, Shannon Doherty, Sticky Fingers, Kristana Loken, Spencer Breslin, and it's Eric Roberts. Like the list goes on. We pulled in a lot of it's a lot of fun cameos inside the movie for sure.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So working on the set, can you talk a little bit about the actual production, the team, and everybody, as it went along? Were there anything that kind of changed up from a filmmaking perspective? I have a lot of people that are my audience that are filmmakers like myself. I'm actually a filmmaker and I enjoy filmmaking like you. So, why not show light to other creatives about other projects? So anything you learned along the way on this one? Because I think it's been about 2 years since your last project.
Yeah. So I've learned I learned something every time I do a movie, and so there was a lot of lessons on this one, and working with such a talented and wonderful cast and crew, I think really helped me bring this to life. And I was very hyper specific about having muted color tones for all the wardrobe and creating this dark world that would work within this noir setting that we were trying to build. And one of the things that originally at one point I was trying to make happen is I wanted him to have like a new age like detective's hat the whole time to like really make it noir-y, but that it ended up just not working inside the world of the story because nobody else had one of those. So we got rid of that. But there was one iteration mentally where I thought it would be cool.
I dig that. I dig that. When I think of noir, I think of like Sin City and Dick Tracy, classics like that. Were there any material that also that you could say inspired some of the maybe different scenes or just some of the writing in general or the characters?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's so many different things throughout this movie that I'm inspired by. Like, I'm inspired by the new Batman movie. I'm inspired by the movie Old Boy, a Korean movie, Park Chan-wook. I'm inspired by the Max Payne video games. I'm inspired by the Maltese Falcon and the Third Man and Angels with Dirty Faces and Double Indemnity, and there's also like moments where it's Body Heat. There's moments where it's where I'm inspired by stuff like Children of Men. Like we have this whole shot that there's a fight scene that happens outside of the car, and although our car is stationary, we built a similar rig to the one that they had in Children of Men when they're driving around in that scene with Julianne Moore, because we really wanted to create a similar feeling with the stationary vehicle of all of this stuff happening unbroken outside of the vehicle, to really put the audience in Jaden's perspective. There's many different things that I'm inspired by. This movie is a love letter to so many different films I grew up on, and so many different wonderful storytellers.
Awesome. I dig it. One of the things I really enjoyed, I had the opportunity to talk to Sticky, Kirk Jones, on your team, who also provided, some of the music for this. Can you talk to me about working with Sticky? I'm an Onyx fan. I'm a hip hop head.
Oh yeah, Sticky's the man, dude.
Sticky? I also wanted him to fight. Like we didn't get to see him fight because he was like, he was JC's, cop buddy, I guess, if you will. Well, not really, because I don't want to spoil, but. I was like hoping to see Sticky, but what was it like working with Sticky and some of the music?
One, if everybody likes this movie as much as you did, maybe we'll see Sticky fight in a part 2. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But But I, ultimately, I definitely loved working with Sticky Fingers. I mean, super talented rapper, but also such a great actor. I mean, from Blade the series and just Flight of the Phoenix, like so many different things that he's been in. And I really enjoyed working with him, and he's just an all around great guy. And him and I have built a wonderful friendship off of this movie.
Awesome. Can we also talk again maybe on JC, Jean-Claude Van Damme? I keep on. You said JC, so you got me kind of like thinking JC now, like I know him like that. What was it like again working with him? As you like you said earlier, it's a little bit you're a little bit more now your age, JC. We don't need you doing the jump kicks. What was it like, being on set and anything you learned from him or anything he passed along to you as a up and coming director?
JC is very focused on the fights and really focuses on that and brings that magic to moments. And I've been really blessed over the years to work with some legends of action and it's been it's been like a dream come true to be able to work with people like Bruce Willis and Mel Gibson and Steven Seagal and Van Damme, JCVD, and it's just I'm just blessed. It's as a film fan first and foremost to have worked with all these legends. It's something special.
That's awesome. So James, again, everybody, I want to tell everyone that it arrives on digital on May 21st. What do you want to tell the people about Darkness of Man and why they should go check it out?
I think that if you're trying to see a gritty, dark action movie that's not like many of the things you've seen recently and has like some noir flair and has JC like you've never seen him before, check out Darkness of Man, May 21st. Van Damme's back.
I love it. James, thank you again for, talking about Darkness of Man, but also, I know you're doing the press run for this, but is there anything we could pull out of you? You said possibly a part 2, maybe, but is there anything else you have in the pipeline that we can also talk about, or maybe just show light on, or how can people follow you and check you out online to just see you as those projects come along?
Yeah, I'm at James Cullen B on Instagram, and I just recently wrapped an action movie called The Workout, which we're in post on. So that is we wrapped like 2 weeks ago, and that's I'm excited about. It stars Peter J, who is a Daeun in this movie in Darkness of Man, and also Josh Kelly and UFC fighter Ashley Evans Smith. And then like we said, maybe fingers crossed, maybe a part 2 of Darkness. And then, if I'm lucky and blessed enough, I may end up working with one of the next action stars on my list of legends. So, hopefully maybe one day, if I'm lucky enough, a Stallone or a Schwarzenegger or a Liam Neeson.
I love it, man. That's amazing. And much love and much support to you to make that happen. So a lot of action films on the pipeline. Are there any other plans to maybe even come outside the genre at all?
Listen, I go where the good stories are. I'm happy to work within any genre.
Okay.
Even though right now I've been predominantly focused in action, I'm happy to do any good story.
Awesome. You're living the life, man. Living the dream. I appreciate you, man. Everybody, Darkness of Man arrives on digital on May 21st. Thank you, James. It's a pleasure to chat with you. Everybody go check it out. It's your boy, Kuya. This is Nerds Rule the World.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
All right, I'll record on my end as backup. You have 20 minutes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rachel. James, it's a pleasure to chat with you, sir.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Pleasure
Definitely.
to chat with you as well. I like the background. I recognize that poster.
Gotta show love while I'm promoting. Gotta show love while I'm promoting.
Hey, love it.
Awesome. All right. I'm gonna count us in to help me with my edit. I'm gonna count to 3 because I'm putting the trailer right in front of our interview.
Okay, awesome.
All right, here we go. In a 1, 2, 3.